This conference will now be recorded.
Good morning, friends. Welcome to GoOnlineTrainings.com. Yesterday, we started off with filter functions. We discussed about calculate and all. The next important function we were discussing is use relationship function, right? So let me quickly go to that slide. Let me explain what is that we're planning to achieve with the help of this function. So I wanted to go and open Power BI Desktop and let me explain what are the issues in this. If we don't have use relationship function, what is that we will lose? Let us understand. I wanted to open Microsoft Power BI. Please wait. It's being opened. Now close this. I wanted to use a transform data and load sales data from the adventure works table. Go to new source, Excel workbook. I wanted to use adventure works retail data. Don't take all of them. So I need sales table. I wanted to use analysis with dim date table. So take these two tables. Okay. So sales and dim date table. And you close and apply. You close and apply. Please wait. You have so much of data in sales table. It'll take a lot of time. And we have around, I think, 6 or 8 MB data. 60,000 plus rows are available in sales table, right? So we have around 6 MB, right? 6.21 MB of data. So then it's creating relationships. Now, let me go here. It is not able to get any relationship. Now I wanted to have, there is an order date here, right? If I go to sales table, if I go to sales table, there is an order date, right? I wanted to know year wise order date. When you have year number available from the dim date table, so you can join these two tables. So which table? Dim date table and sales table we can join based on the order date and we can get the data. So go here. So there is an order date, things are available, right? So where is order date here? Order date is here. So this is can be linked with full date and order date. We can create a link and it is available now, so you can understand clear. So full date to order date, because now full date is having continuous numbers and order date will have duplicate data. And whenever you get a dim date time, so you need to do one more step extra. What is that? Consider this table, mark this table as mark as date table. Okay, let me go. So use the column full date. So it should not have duplicate values. It should not have null values. So all the data in the full date is completely, unique values. So I have taken this date and time. and I have taken this. So you can create any kind of a date related data analytics, year wise, month wise, this wise, that wise. So I have, linked what data I have linked, order date to full data I have linked so that I can use this. Now I can go to visualization. I can drag and drop a table like this. Now I can create a visualization. What is that I wanted to have it? I wanted to have year wise. So always when we have a dimension date table, take the year number from here. Don't create a DAX functions there. Okay. So always you link the tables. So get the sales amount from here and year number. Don't summarize it. Now you go quickly, you increase the style to flashy rows or whatever it is. Okay, so alternative row colors if you wanted to have, you can have it. And below you have a grid, and where the grid, you can increase the font size, it can be increased. Now you come down, and if you want to increase the border, create a border, you can create a border as well as in this. Now this is here. This is what is a sales amount. Sales amount is properly appearing. Why? Because we have a relationship. If you don't have relationship here, if you don't have relationship between order date to this one, and definitely, sales amount order year wise, you will not be able to get it properly. Everywhere you will get the same data. Clear? So every year you will be able to see the same data. It is not happening properly. Simply you go and always you properly give what is that you would like to have, you full date to order date you would like to have it. Clear? So it is going to be creating a beautiful relationship. Now this relationship, you can see this is a, I think, 1 to m relationship, right? It is minute to one relationship. It's created order date to full date and make this relationship active. Now the second requirement I wanted to have is that, so I wanted to get not only with the order date, I wanted to get the data using ship date year wise sales. Clear? So you have two dates are available, two dates. One is called order date. So, and we have a ship date as well. So, 1st August, one order is placed, and 8th August, the order is, shipped. Clear? If I wanted to know what is the sales happened based on the not order date, order year, I wanted to have ship date year. So this is the year I would like to have. For example, if I place a order in month of December, what will happen? So 28th December, I place an order, 2020. It will get shipped in the next year, right? So for example, 28th December 2020, I place an order, and January 2nd, 2021, it has been shipped. Clear? So definitely you will have a different, dates and different times may be available. So order date is something different and ship date is something different. Clear? Order date is something different and ship date is something different. So hope you can hear me clearly, guys. Guys, can you hear me? No problem, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. No
Yeah.
problem. No problem.
Okay. Okay. So I wanted to have the data. So what I'm trying to do, the next requirement is that now let us understand one by one. Hmm? The first requirement, order date year, year wise sales. Okay. This we can achieve by creating order date, and we have used full date. This we have, combined. But next requirement, this is requirement number one. This is requirement number one. So if you have requirement number two, what is requirement number two? That is not order date year wise. I wanted to have I wanted to have ship date. Okay, ship date year wise sales. So here I have to join these two tables based on the ship date. Clear? Now let me go here and try to take this. Let me use my paint. I wanted to take this data. So not all the data, this data I wanted to keep it, right? So let me, okay, sorry. This is the data I need. Okay. So this is the data I have it. And this is for uh, year-wise, order year-wise sales. Now, what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to go back here, and my next requirement is that I wanted to have ship date year-wise sales. Okay, if I don't have relationship between ship date to order date, so I don't have I have a relationship between order date to full date. So I have to create one more relationship, ship date to full date. If I create, then only I will be able to join the data based on this date and get the sales amount. Clear? So what I'm trying to achieve, I'm trying to use a full date and I'm trying to implement ship date to full date. I wanted to create one more relationship. When I'm creating one more relationship, now you see one is a dotted line, one more is straight and clear line. So this is not active. This is what is the problem. What is that problem? Let me go to manage relationship. Now let me show you what is it. Even though I create a relationship, now this relationship is not active. If it is not active, it is not going to get any data. So this is what is my point here. Between two tables cannot have more than one active relationship. You can create, but only one thing is active, the other one is not active. That means what? At a time you will not be able to create more than one relationship, either this or that. So either one of them are going to work, but not both of them are going to work. Clear? So I wanted to get order year wise sales means you have to have a full date and order year. If you need ship date wise sales means you have to create a relationship between ship date and full date. But the problem is between two tables cannot have more than one active relationship. So what is that I should do? If you wanted to make it active, if you want to make it activity saying you cannot create a direct active relationship between sales and blah 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 already exists between these two. To make the relationship active, set the cross filter blah blah blah. So it is telling me you delete this and you create active. When you create active, then this is going to work. So now what is active? This is active. Now this is a deactive. Now you go back, these numbers will change. This number 31 blah blah blah. So earlier you have taken some data, right? So earlier it was a 32, right? So earlier it was 32. Now the same year number earlier, it was taking as what? It was taking as order date and doing the calculation. Now, if you do year number, it is doing the calculation based on what? Based on the order date here, because you may order now and the shipping may happen next year. So definitely this is what is called order year wise sales, right? So this is what order year wise sales. Okay. Here whales, but whatever you're able to see in the current program is not the year, it is a ship date. You will be able to see the less figures. Earlier it was a 32, now it is 31. So this year number belong to what? Order year or ship year? Ship year. And earlier it was 65, and it is 65 blah blah blah. It is able to give you some data. Clear? So we are able to get a proper data, but the question is that I wanted to have both, visualizations. I wanted to have, one is called order year wise sales, and I wanted to have ship year wise sales. So now either of them I can use it, either this or that. Why? Because if I go here, if I go here, I can always create only one active relationship. I cannot create more than one active relationship. My problem is that either I can show that visualization or this visualization, but the customer needs both visualizations. One visualization with order year wise sales amount, one more visualization ship date year wise, sales, total sales amount. If I wanted to achieve both, can I achieve? You cannot achieve with the help of present situation. Why? Because any time you can have only one active relationship, not more than that. So what is that you wanted to make it active? That you can go and check here. Okay. So there is an active relationship. Make this relationship active. If you wanted to make this active, you cannot. But how do I use both of them? So make this relationship active is unchecked. If you're trying to do this, it will give you a lot of issues, and OK button is also not enabled because you have to uncheck and check this. Clear? So this is the issue that we have. Now, what is the solution? If I wanted to achieve these two requirement, what are the solutions? Okay. We are talking about now two solutions. Solution number one. Solution number one, you create one more dim date timetable, because one timetable you're getting and you're trying to link with this, and you get one more dim timetable and you link this dim timetable with the ship date, so that we can do it. Let me go and delete this relationship. Okay, and relate this relationship. Okay, so the same dim date is trying to join with the ship date, and the same dim date is trying to join with the order date. Okay, so this guy is playing two roles. One is a ship date role. It is playing. It is trying to go and get the data of the ship date. It is trying to go and get the order date. So one guy is playing dual roles. So the dim data table is called as a role playing dimension table. Clear? So this we're going to be discussing in our data warehousing classes. So dim date is called as role playing dimension table according to data warehousing concept. Role playing dimension means a data warehousing table. Dimension means a table in data warehouse, nothing less. Dimension means a table. Role playing, what roles it is playing? So it is playing, one is called, it is going to be linking with the order date. It is also linking with the ship date. Okay, so in simple, any table, any table in simple word, okay, any table is having more than one primary key and foreign key relationship. Okay, so you're having one relationship, full date to order date and ship date to order date. If you have multiple primary key foreign key relationship between any two tables, clear? So the primary key table is called as a role playing dimension table. Clear? So this will be role playing dimension table. So we were creating full date to ship date, one relationship, right? And we're also creating full date to order date. So where is order date? So full date to order date, we are able to create two relationship. Whenever you create a two relationship, the first problem is that only one relationship is active, the second one is inactive. You will not be able to achieve both relationships. Okay. But when you have this kind of a relationship, this table is called as a role playing dimension table. When you have a role playing dimension table, okay, what is that we need to do? Because if you create like this, always only one will be activated, the second relationship will not get activated. But I need the requirements to be achieved, requirement 1 to be done, requirement 2 to be done. So what I'm trying to do now, I'm trying to get dim time table twice. Okay, so get this table once more. Okay, so get this table once more because already you have this. So I wanted to bring this table once more. Go to Excel workbook and adventure works. Now I wanted to get one more table. What table I would like to bring? Same dim table once more. Transform data means it will open Power Query. I don't want to transform data. Get directly load data into Power Pivot model. So in movies, same hero acting as to dual roles, right? Role playing. James Bond. So maybe having two playing in dual roles. So if anybody is acting as dual roles, that guy is called role playing dimension. Now we have a dim date. So dim date we can rename. So this I'm going to be using. How to rename it? You can rename. You can go to the model. So dim date, it is order order date dim date. So let me rename. This is ship date. Let me rename this and is ship date. Okay, let me create ship and order. Okay, and go and remove all these things. I have created ship dim date and order dim date. I have three tables. Now there is no problem at all for you, right? So there is no problem at all for you. Now I can create full date to order. This is order, right? This is, I will go full date to order date. I can create one link. Done. Now here I wanted to implement. I would like to implement now ship date. Where is ship date? Ship date to full date to ship date. So I can easily create like this. So this is the thing everywhere, not only here. You go to Oracle, you go here, you go Power BI, you go to SSAS Tableau, everywhere. When you have like this is the best approach. You get dim time table twice. Now you create a beautiful visualization. What is that now you need? Now let me go and create both visualizations. What is that now I need? I need double click on this. I wanted to have year wise. So what year? Order year, right? So you go to the order date, drag and drop order year, and the sales amount you can get it like this. Okay, go here and you should be able to get the sales amount here. Now you go and try to format the paint, go back. Now you click on this. This is a beautifully given. This is order year wise. Clear? Now I would like to create one more visualization. Double click on this. Now this is ship date wise. Let me go and get this. This time you should not use order date. You have to use a ship date and get the year number from here. So that is what you need to do. And you go and don't summarize and get the sales amount. Okay. Now you go and apply the format painter. Clear? So you will be able to get two visualizations clearly. This will give you order, date wise sales. This is a ship date wise sales. You will see lot of, changes here and there. Clear? So that is what is a thing that you could understand clearly. Have you seen this? Now, this is how you should be able to achieve. So, at the time of creating order date, year number, you need to take it from here. So, that is how you will be able to get year number from here so that you can get in order date. So, the next time you take year number from here, but the common column is sales amount. Clear? So, this is the best approach. This is the best one. You should be able to use it. Now, there is no problem at all. So, this problem is we need not see it because between two tables cannot have more than one relationship. Now I have created one more table here. I have created one more table. So I have created active relationship between this. I don't mind to do that. But the problem here is if you get one more table, if you get one more table, lot of data will get duplicated. So if you don't have enough space in the Power Pivot model, the issue starts. If we have millions of data in the dim date table, because same table you're going to be loading once more in the model. So what happens? It is going to be occupying a lot of space. Same table here, same table there. So the only disadvantage is it is going to be occupying more and more space. Okay, so that is what is the issue. So get the dim data table once more. Disadvantage, it will occupy more space in Power Pivot model. Clear? Because of this, we are going to be switching to the solution number two. What is the solution number two? Without having what? Without having the second table, we are going to be using use relationship. Okay, so we are going to be creating a measure ship date sales. If I wanted to create, calculate sum of sales, because sum of sales will be calculated based on this relationship. What relationship I'm going to be using? Ship date and full date. I'm not going to be bringing this. I'm not going to be bringing this. Now, the problem is that I don't want to use this. Why? Because I wanted to reduce my space. So I would like to delete this. So let me go back, delete this table from the model. Okay. So, so I can rename this to a normal date and time table. Now the visualizations will not work now, right? Whatever the visualization I've created, it is not going to work. Okay, so this is gone. Remove this. So this visualization is going to work and there's no problem here. I wanted to create one more, visualization, ship year wise, ship date year wise sales amount. Okay, I don't want to bring the table. I don't want to create relationship like this. Okay, I don't want to create. Now what is the solution? You simply go here, create a measure, create a new measure. Now the new measure is ship date year wise sales amount, something like this. Okay, so this is the formula that we're going to be using now. What is the formula we're going to be using? We are going to be calculating. So we are going to be calculating using these two things. We are going to be getting sales amount, so we have to use calculate. So the first function we discussed. So calculate, what is that we are going to be calculating? Sum of sales amount. Okay. Sum of sales amount we're going to be calculating, but use relationship. What relationship I have to use? I have to use order, ship date, comma, full date. Okay, ship date comma full date, and this is what I'm going to be using and creating. So create one measure. So create it. Now what I should do? Sales dot ship date and yeah. So what I do, I first go here. I forgot to tell you now. I first go here and try to create inactive relationship first. Okay. Anyhow, we have to use full date to ship date as well, create inactive relationship. Now this relationship is going to be active. So this is the message, because we have to create this. Okay, that is, we did not create, that we have to create. Now this is gone. Now we have created a measure. Now this will become active when you're trying to use this, otherwise not. Let me quickly drag and drop a table now. Drag and drop a table. Now I wanted to go in for a year. What is the year now? The same year I would like to take it. Now the measure I'm going to be using, what is the measure we have? Ship date year wise calculation. This is the measure I would like to have it. Now we can see the numbers. Okay. We can see the numbers. Earlier we were able to see 31 year. So this is 32. Clear? Ship date year wise. So without creating one more table, and we simply created, two relationships, but one is active, one is inactive. So this will get active when you try to, use this measure. Okay, use this relationship whenever you try to do the calculation. Based on this relationship, it is going to be calculating the sum of sales, and the same thing is going to be coming over there. So this is what is the importance of use relationship. Clear? Now what is the advantage here? We need not bring dim date table once more. But what is the best practice? The solution number one or solution number two? If there is no space issues in power pivot, then solution number one is the best one. Clear? So many architects will always say, whenever you have a role playing dimension table means you will have a ship date, you will have order date, you have a due date. So a lot of dates are available. So when all these dates are connecting to dim date time, you will have a multiple relationship. When you have a multiple relationship between those two tables, now the dim date table is called as a role playing dimension table. People would ask you, what is a role playing dimension table? So you can easily say, when the dimension table is having multiple when the dimension table is having multiple relationships, then the dimension table is called as a role playing dimension table, which is a data warehousing concept. We're going to be discussing data warehousing, and in that we're going to be discussing about what is a dimension table, what is a fact table. Am I clear? So these role playing dimension again I'll talk about, but in the interviews compulsory you will get this. Do you have any role playing dimensions in your model? If yes, where, how? Tell me one example. And how did you achieve it? And what are the solutions you have implemented? What do you mean by use relationship? Blah, blah, blah. Clear? So, what is the best approach? Bringing the dimension table, dim time table once more is the best approach. If you have a space constraint, then going for the solution number two is always better. Clear? So, why use relationship is very, very important to calculate a measure based on a inactive relationship. Clear? So, we have an inactive relationship. Using that, I'm going to be create a measure. What is it we're going to be achieving? Try to get a sales amount. based on what? Ship date, right? So use relationship. What is the purpose of this? To calculate a measure based on inactive relationship. We're going to be using use relationship. Am I clear? The next one is called related function. So I'm going to be bringing employee, department, and sales data. Let me go try to achieve this. Okay, so this is done, guys. And don't save this. Now I wanted to understand related. Okay, so what is it I would like to get it? Open my Power BI desktop. Please wait. Every 15 days once, the Power BI software will get updated. Okay, so you have to keep updating Power BI software once in 15 days. New version is going to be released not every year, every 15 days or every 1 month. You will be able to get new Power BI. So very fast, updations are going to be happening to the Power BI software. So you can download the latest one always. So what I'm trying to get, transform data. I wanted to get employee, department, and sales table also. I would like to include. You can use new or already recent sources we have. You can use either of them. I can use Adventure Works. I would like to get one sales table. It's being loaded. Now, I wanted to use employee as well. Let me go employee also. I wanted to bring department and employee, right? So click on OK. So all the data I wanted to close and apply to the Power Pivot model. I don't want to do any Power ETL transformations. I don't want to apply. I'm directly loading the data to where? To my Power Pivot model. No. Let us understand the requirement clearly. So what is the requirement? Report requirement. Report requirement is get employee name, department ID, and department name. Okay. So the requirement here is that I have employee, I have a department, right? So we have employee and department. So this is a department name available separately, and there is a primary key and foreign key relationship is been already taken care between department and employee, and I don't have any link to sales table, right? Now it is very, very simple. I wanted to create a beautiful visualization. So I wanted to get employee ID and don't summarize employee name and department name. I have to bring it from here. Department name, I have to bring it from here. Now quickly check this and the style. You can have bold header and the grid. So let me increase the font to 25. This is my table. Now come down and border also I can have it. When I'm creating this visualization, these two columns I'm getting from where? From the first table. And this I'm getting from the second table. When you drag and drop something, what Power BI is going to be doing, it is going to be joining the data on the fly. What is the meaning? It is on the fly using this relationship, going to this table, and based on the department ID which is available, so based on this, it is going to be joining and getting the department name. If we have 100 rows or 200 rows, this visualization is very, very fast. When you have a large amount of data, when you have 1 million, 2 million data, this visualization cannot show you the data quickly. Customer will tell you this report is very, very slow. This visualization is very, very slow. Why? Because it is going to be getting the data based on the relationships, and on the fly, select employee table, join department table. Based on the condition, it is going to be giving you the data. So on the fly means whenever the customer wanted to see the report, whenever he clicks on the report, that time. On the fly means whenever he clicks on the report, that time Power BI is going to that table, get the data, join the data, match the data, puts the data in front of the customer. It may be slow. So what is it I wanted to do? I don't want to do like that. So instead of that, I wanted to use a column to be attached in the this table itself. Clear? So what is it I'm planning to do? So what is it I need? I have a employee table here. All the columns are available. Employee ID is there, employee name is there. What is missing? Department name is missing. Where is department name? Department name is here. So every time going back and getting, can't we get a department name directly to employee table? Why not? We can get it. So for each and every guy, I have to get this. For that purpose, I have to use these related functions. Clear? So I will be going here and creating where in the employee table itself. In the employee table itself, I go create a new column, not measure. It is a column. Each employee you will get a department name, right? Now you go, you will say department name. Okay. So department name. So when you say related like this, when you say related, now understand what is going to be happening. When you say related, and I have to say department name, it is able to give you department ID, department name. It is not bringing the sales. Why it is not bringing the sales? Even though department is available, employee is available, sales is also available, it is not showing me a sales columns or sales table. Why? Because these are linked, this is not linked. So related is going to be using primary key foreign key relationship, and it is giving it is going to show you only the related tables. So sales table, even though it is there, it is not able to bring. So what is that you need? You need department name. Clear? Click on OK. So department name, it is available here, but the same thing is also available here, right? Now tomorrow what you do, you go to visualization. So you don't want to get the visualization, and with this you go, a department name is available here. Simply drag and drop the department name. So you're not going to be joining on the fly. Okay, you're not going to join the data with that column, because employee table itself is having a department number, department name. Now this you should be able to use it. Now you can reduce the what is called as the cycles, right? The joins and everything, you can reduce it so that the report is very, very fast. Clear? So that is one requirement where we can achieve. And one requirement where you can create, we can also create like this. If I wanted to, yeah, disadvantage there. When we refresh the data, it may take a little more extra time, because it is going to go and get the data. That is fine, no problem. but otherwise, which is very, very faster. So one more report requirement is need column with the concatenate. So employee name with department name, if I wanted to have it, I can also use like this related. So I can say employee name. For example, you don't have a department name here. Okay, let me go. Let me delete this call. Okay, let me delete this column. This time I wanted to create a new column. So EMP with department name. So I will be able to get a concatenate. So what is the first column name? EMP name. EMP name. I wanted to have it, or I can simply put EMP name directly and space ampersand, right? We can use ampersand like this, and in between I wanted to have like this, and again ampersand I can use related, and I'm going to be taking department number, department name from there, and close the bracket. Okay, no, there is no bracket, right? So this is what. So I am reading a employee name from here, and the department name I am reading from this table and concatenating. Clear? So this is how I'm able to show you. So all these things you can achieve with the help of related functions. Clear? So this is what is called filter functions. Clear? So these are very, very simple functions, not very complicated. And tomorrow, day after tomorrow, we don't have any classes. So Monday, when we meet, and we'll discuss some queries and other stuff. And if you have some doubts, and otherwise, we'll try to start with the Power View visualizations. Clear? So DAX is very, very easy when you try it. If you don't try it, if you only watch videos, then nothing will happen. Clear, guys? Thank you very much. And if you have any questions, please ask me.